Welcome to our channel, where we delve into the most explosive stories of the British monarchy, unearthing secrets that have been carefully concealed for decades. In this episode, we'll uncover revelations about Princess Diana, secrets she uncovered during her tumultuous marriage to Prince Charles that could have brought the monarchy to its knees. Diana, known for her charm, grace, and dedication to her royal duties, was also a woman of sharp intellect and keen intuition. It's time to revisit those years, not just to recount her suffering, but to explore how Diana uncovered secrets that could have torn apart the royal family if she had chosen to expose them. What if Diana had shared what she learned about Queen Camilla, the woman who would become the second wife of Prince Charles? What if the world knew the depth of their long-hidden relationship? Diana knew far more than we've ever been told, secrets that were buried so deep. They still hold the power to disrupt everything we thought we knew about the royal family. Princess Diana wasn't just the subject of tabloids. She was a woman of depth, capable of reading between the lines. During the darkest years of her marriage to Prince Charles, she didn't just suffer, she uncovered shocking truths. While the public believed the fairy tale, Diana was living through a different reality. She discovered that the fairy tale was built on a web of lies, deception, and betrayals that could have brought the monarchy crashing down. These weren't just rumors or whispered secrets. They were tangible, documented facts, letters, gifts, and even secret meetings that, if revealed, could have changed the trajectory of the royal family forever. In this episode, we'll take a closer look at the 15 explosive secrets Diana uncovered about Charles, Camilla, and their decades-long affair. Secrets that not only hurt Diana deeply, but also cast a shadow over the entire monarchy, secrets that have only just begun to surface in the public consciousness. When Diana began her quest for truth, one of the first things she uncovered were the love letters exchanged between Prince Charles and Camilla. These letters were not simply expressions of affection, they were confessions of love, devotion, and promises that stretched far beyond what the world ever saw. These weren't the kinds of letters that are kept in the open for anyone to read. They were intimate, deeply personal, and often filled with longing. The words written between Charles and Camilla weren't just words. They were the blueprint of a relationship that had withstood decades of secrecy, hidden away from the prying eyes of the public. Diana, always attuned to the emotional undercurrents in her marriage, stumbled upon these letters quite by accident. They were hidden in a drawer in Charles's study, not in plain sight, but tucked away, a secret that seemed to scream for attention. When Diana read them, she felt a mix of shock, betrayal, and a sense of hopelessness. These letters weren't just about an affair, they were about a deep, emotional bond that had been nurtured and carefully preserved. The pain Diana felt, as she read those letters, was unlike anything she had ever experienced. She had suspected the affair, but to see the raw emotions between Charles and Camilla laid bare was a cruel awakening. It wasn't just that Charles had an affair. It was that this affair had been the one true constant in his life, something Diana could never replace. What these letters revealed wasn't just about romantic passion, it was about the emotional power that Camilla had over Charles. In these letters, he expressed vulnerabilities and desires that Diana never knew existed, making her feel like an outsider in her own marriage. What's more, the letters seemed to express a level of understanding and companionship that Diana could never have with her husband. Charles was not just in love with Camilla, he was emotionally dependent on her in ways that Diana could not have imagined. As Diana pieced together more of the puzzle, she discovered a hidden piece of evidence that would forever alter her perception of Charles's relationship with Camilla. It was a bracelet, a small but significant piece of jewelry that had been given to Camilla by Charles during the early years of their affair. This wasn't just any bracelet, it was a symbol of their enduring relationship, an intimate token of affection that Diana never knew existed. When Diana found it tucked away in Charles's personal belongings, it was as though a dagger had been thrust into her heart. The bracelet, engraved with the initials F and G, stood for Fred and Gladys, nicknames that Charles and Camilla had created for each other. It was a private language, one that Diana had never been a part of. It wasn't just a gift. It was a physical representation of everything that Diana could never be. The bracelet was a cruel reminder of the love that had always existed between Charles and Camilla, a love that Diana could never replace. To Diana, this bracelet symbolized the depth of the emotional betrayal she had endured. No matter how hard she tried, she could never compete with the bond that had been built over decades between Charles and Camilla. The pain Diana felt upon discovering the bracelet was unbearable. It wasn't just that it was a physical reminder of the affair, it was that it was a symbol of everything Diana had lost. The relationship between Charles and Camilla was not just about infidelity, it was about a connection that Diana could never share. The bracelet was a daily reminder of the love that Charles had given to Camilla long before Diana had entered his life. In this moment, Diana realized just how much of a foreigner she was in her own marriage, how deeply she had been deceived. The deeper Diana went, the more she uncovered. It wasn't just about the letters or the bracelet, it was about the secret meetings that had taken place between Charles and Camilla, behind closed doors, far away from the watchful eyes of the public. These meetings weren't occasional rendezvous, they were carefully planned, intimate moments that had been ongoing for years. Diana was stunned by the realization that while she had been carrying out her royal duties, Charles and Camilla had been living a life of secrecy and hidden affection. What Diana discovered was both shocking and heartbreaking. These weren't just moments of passion, they were emotional encounters that reaffirmed the bond between Charles and Camilla. Diana had suspected that something was going on, but to uncover the truth was like uncovering the bones of a buried secret. Each of these secret meetings was a fresh betrayal, a stark reminder that Charles's love for Camilla had never faded. While Diana had been trying to keep up the facade of a perfect marriage, Charles had been continuing his relationship with Camilla, without a second thought for the woman who stood by his side. The meetings were a manifestation of the emotional distance that had developed between Charles and Diana over the years. While she had been fighting to keep her family together, Charles had been nurturing a relationship that Diana could never have fully understood. These meetings were a painful reminder that Diana had always been the outsider in her marriage, always striving to keep up appearances, while Charles and Camilla lived a truth that Diana was never part of. As Diana delved deeper into the web of secrets, she uncovered the most damaging truth of all. Camilla was not just a mistress, she was the one who held the real power in Charles's life. Camilla was not merely a woman in love with a prince, she was his confidant, his emotional anchor, and the one who influenced his decisions in ways Diana could never compete with. It wasn't just the affair, it was the fact that Camilla had the ability to shape Charles's thoughts, to guide his actions, and to hold sway over his most intimate choices. This discovery was a brutal blow to Diana. She had always assumed that, as his wife, she would be the one to guide Charles's decisions, to influence his future. But in truth, it was Camilla, who had always been the one in the shadows, pulling the strings. Diana realized that the emotional connection between Charles and Camilla was so deep that it went beyond mere romantic affection. Camilla had become a powerful force in Charles's life, and that power extended beyond the bedroom. It shaped his views on the monarchy, on his role as a future king, and on his personal relationships. Diana's realization of Camillá's influence was a moment of total clarity. It wasn't just that Charles had been unfaithful, it was that Camilla had always had the power to shape the course of his life. This was a truth Diana could never have fully grasped until she saw it for herself. The depth of their bond was something Diana could never have fought against. It was the ultimate betrayal, not just of Diana, but of everything she had believed about her marriage.